Hi, in this video I'm going to show how I create a comic for Comic CSS. First, I start by adding an article that is going to be like the canvas, the element that is going to contain all the parts of the drawing. In this case, it's going to be a really simple drawing with only 3 elements. One of the first things I do is set up a font size. This is really convenient because there are properties that don't take percentages, but they take EM. So setting a font size with a responsive unit like vmin is going to make my cartoon responsive too. Because the elements of the drawing are going to have a position absolute, it's important to set a relative position in the container, in the canvas, so that way the position is going to be relative to the box that I'm drawing in and not to the window. I like this font that I found in Google Fonts, but I want it to be a little bit taller, so what I do is that I apply a scale of 1.25 vertically. Now is when the actual cartoon starts. What I'm going to do is draw 2 ice cream cones, and the ice cream itself, I'm going to make them overlap so they look like a Venn diagram. I use a custom property to set the position from the left. That way I can make sure that my cartoon is symmetrical. The element in itself is going to be empty. I'm using the pseudo elements before and after to draw the ice cream cone. The after is going to be the ice cream, that is going to be a circle, and the before is going to be the cone at the bottom. I'm going to position them in an absolute way, and also I'm going to give them colors using background gradients. This part of the video is a little bit boring. I'm just setting the stage for the before pseudo element so I can draw the cone later. I will use background gradients in diagonal so they look like a cone, and I'm going to use a clip path to make sure that it's cut properly. I could use a mask, or I could use something like the shape function, but I want to make sure that the drawing is available for all browsers. The cone in itself is a triangle, so I could use a conic gradient, but instead I'm going to use two linear gradients that are directed to the bottom right and the bottom left, and I'm going to position them on the right side and the left side. That way I get a little bit more flexibility, although some people may disagree with this. Then I will use clip path to cut the parts that I'm not interested in. I don't like the cone being so pointy, so I'm going to update the clip path to trim a little bit the bottom. Now that I have the basic shape of the cone, I will add more gradients to give it some texture, like the crossing in the waffle and a little bit of shadows. As you may have noticed with the clip path, some of these values are a little bit of trial and error. After adding some texture and shadows, what we have left is making sure that the ice creams overlap and also that we can see through them. In order to make it look like a Venn diagram, I only want the circles to overlap, not the waffles, the cones. So I will add a little bit of rotation so the waffles point towards the outside and they don't overlap. I adjust the position a little bit so the circles overlap. This is where the custom property is really convenient because only updating one place, I can move both cones at the same time. Once I find the right spot, what I do is set up mix blend mode so both colors blend correctly and they look like a Venn diagram. And with this we have the cartoon. The only thing left to do is to clean it up a little bit, like removing the outlines and setting up a background colors for everything. Ta-da! This is how the cartoon will look on the site.